Good morning, dear students. Last class we studied about some properties of alkenes. So, alkenes generally undergo electrophilic addition reaction, and this addition reaction generally follows Markovnikov's rule. But when this reaction takes place in presence, addition of HBr takes place in presence of organic peroxide, then Markovnikov's rule is reversed and it forms product according to anti-Markovnikov's rule. Now let us today some other chemical properties of alkenes, some other addition reactions, oxidation reactions. Okay, so first come to addition of water. Addition of water. So alkene adds a molecule of water in presence of dilute acids like dilute sulfuric acid or dilute hydrochloric acid to form an alcohol. And this reaction also follows Markovnikov's rule. Look here. So alkene reacts with a molecule of water in presence of dilute acid to form an alcohol. Okay, this reaction also follows Markovnikov's rule. Markovnikov's rule. Look here. Suppose ethene is there, CH2 double bond CH2. So it adds a molecule of water in presence of H plus to form. So CH2 double bond CH2 plus H2O give H plus give rise to an alcohol. Look here, H goes one side and OH goes one side. In this way, it forms a CH3 CH2OH, that is ethanol. And here this is ethene. Similarly, if you take propane, CH3CH double bond CH2 plus water in presence of dilute acid like H plus. So this is propane. When propane reacts with water in presence of dilute acid such as hydrochloric acid or sulfuric acid, then it forms CH3CHOH and CH3, that is propan 2OL. Okay, so it forms propanol. And how this reaction takes place? Actually, this reaction, this mechanism takes place in two steps. Look here. So first CH3CH, if double bond is there, and in presence of H plus, first this bond attracts this H plus, and at the same time due to electromagnetic effect, one bond comes towards this carbon, moves towards this carbon, and it forms a carbocation CH3CH plus, and here CH3, okay, so CH3, and now it attracts then water. So water has lone pair of electron, and it has the lone pair of electron. So this lone now it acts as nucleophile and it combines with this carbocation. It attaches at the carbocation. So when it attaches at the carbocation, it forms CH3CH, here CH3, and here OH, and positive charge develop here. And now it releases H plus ion minus H plus. It forms CH3CHOH and CH3. This is the mechanism of the reaction. Okay, so first it receives one H plus ion to form a carbocation. Then the carbocation, this water molecule attacks the carbocation to form the protonated alcohol, and from this protonated alcohol, one hydrogen H plus ion is removed, proton is removed, and it forms alcohol. And this product is also according to Markovnikov's rule. Next come to addition of hypohalous acid. Okay, so addition of hypohalous acid, that is HOX. Okay, so here X is any halogen except fluorine, it's chlorine, bromine or iodine. So more commonly HOCl or HOBr. This is known as your hypohalous acid. We can say hypochlorous acid and hypobromous acid. So when alkene reacts with hypohalous acid, it forms halohydrin. The compounds are called halohydrins. Okay, so alkenes are a molecule of hypohalous acid to form halohydrins. To form halohydrins. The compounds are known as halohydrins. So look here, HOCl as oxygen is more electronegative. Here OH get the negative charge, OH minus the negative charge, and Cl, the halogen get the positive charge, Cl plus. Similarly, HOBr, HO minus and Br plus. And this reaction also follows the Markovnikov's rule. Okay, so this addition reaction also follows Markovnikov's rule. That is, the negative part of the adenine will go to that carbon which contains less number of hydrogen. Okay, so for example, when ethene CH2, it is ethene, common name ethylene, reacts with hypofluorous acid. This is hypofluorous acid. Hypofluorous acid. So it forms, where OH is the minus and Cl is the plus. So this is a symmetrical alkane, both sides the same alkyl. Anywhere this OH will come and to anywhere this Cl plus will come. Okay, so in this way it forms CH2OH and CH2Cl. So this is one OH and chloro. This position is 1 and this position is 2 because this is the function now it becomes OH. So this is 2-chloroethanol. This compound is 2-chloroethanol. Similarly, when propene reacts with CH double bond CH2, this is propene. Suppose it is your HCl and you are taking the example of HOBr, hypobromous acid. So it forms OH minus Br plus. So the negative part will go to that carbon which contains less number of hydrogen. OH will come here and Br come here. In this way it forms CH3, CH, OH and CH2Br. So what is the name of this compound? With the OH, this should have the lowest position. In this side also 2, in this side also 2. What are the halogen atom attached here? So here this position we should take, this is 1, each 1. In this way, this is 1 bromo, propan, 2 OL. 1 bromo, propan, 2 OL. So this one is 1 bromopropan 2 OL. Okay, so in this reacts with hypohalous acid. Next come to oxidation reaction of alkenes. So like any hydrocarbon, when it undergo complete combustion, it forms carbon dioxide and water. Okay, so first combustion reaction. Alkenes on complete oxidation with oxygen or complete or on combustion or on combustion give alkene on complete oxidation with oxygen or on combustion give carbon dioxide and water like it. So for that general formula, the alkene has general formula CnH2n, and when it combines with it should combine with 3 moles of 3n of oxygen to give NCO2 plus NH2O. Okay, so 2 NCO2 and NH2O. Look here, suppose C2H4 is there, this is ethene. When it reacts with 2 are there, 2N are there, it reacts with 3 into 2, 6O2 give rise to 2CO2 plus here 2H2O. 2CO2 plus 2H2O. So how many oxygen are here? 12. 3 and 3 into 2, 12. And 2CO2. So in this way it gives carbon dioxide and water. So the general formula is 3n by 2O2. Actually 3n by 2O2. In this way this one is 3O2. Give rise to 2CO2 plus 2H2. Actually for alkane 3n plus 1 by 2O2. For alkane this is 3n by 2O2, and for alkyne 3n minus 1 by 2O2. This much of oxygen are generally required to give carbon dioxide and water. Similarly, with propane, CH3, CH double bond, CH2, 3 moles are there, plus oxygen, so 3 are there, it gives him 3 CO2 plus 3 H2O. 3 into 2, 6 are there, and oxygen, so 3, so 3 and 3, 9, is 9 by 2 O2. It gives rise to 3 CO2 plus 3 H2O. In this way, we have to balance. So this is the combustion reaction. So when alkene reacts with oxygen in presence of air, or when it undergoes complete combustion, it forms carbon dioxide and water. Okay. Next come to oxidation with potassium permanganate. Okay, so number 2, oxidation with potassium permanganate. Potassium permanganate. So 2 reactions are there, one in alkaline medium, another in acidic medium. That is in cold alkaline, cold alkaline potassium or manganate. Potassium or manganate. So this alkaline potassium permanganate is called Bayer's reagent. Bayer's reagent. This is called Bayer's reagent. So when alkenes reacts with alkaline solution of potassium permanganate, then it forms a diol, and the pink color of potassium permanganate discharged. It becomes black color manganese dioxide. And this test is generally used to the test for unsaturation, where there is presence of carbon-carbon double bond. To test the unsaturation, generally this test is used. Okay, so this test is, this reaction is used for the test of unsaturation. This reaction is used for the test of unsaturation, whether any carbon-carbon double bond are present or not. To know that, to detect that, to identify that, generally this reaction is used. Okay, so when an alkene reacts with alkaline potassium permanganate solution, it forms a diol, and the pink color of potassium permanganate discharged to black discharged. Okay, so discharged and form black color manganese dioxide. So in this way, CH2 double bond CH2 plus potassium permanganate in acidic, in alkaline medium, it undergo oxidation to form CH2OH, that is ethane diol. Similarly, propene reacts with alkaline solution of potassium permanganate. Alkaline solution of potassium permanganate. To make it alkaline, we have to add some amount of sodium hydroxide or potassium hydroxide so that it makes alkaline, and this solution is known as Bayer's reagent. So propene reacts with alkaline solution of potassium permanganate. So where this double bond is present, at that place the double bond breaks and two OH groups are attached at both sides of this double bond. Two OH groups are attached at both sides of the double bond, and two OH groups are present. That's why this is known as a diol. So in this way, KMnO4 OH minus, it forms CH3, CH2OH and CH2OH. So this is propane 1,2 diol. It is propane 1,2 diol. Along with this, it also forms manganese dioxide, for which the solution changed pink to black. Next come to oxidation with hot potassium permanganate solution or potassium permanganate solution in acidic medium. In alkaline medium, it forms diol and cold condition, that is normally at room temperature. But when an alkene treated with hot potassium permanganate solution or acidic potassium permanganate solution, then it gives different product. Okay, so alkenes when treated with hot potassium permanganate solution, potassium permanganate solution, then it forms different products then it forms different products depending on the nature of alkene or type of alkene or type of alkene. Okay. So when terminal alkene is present, look here, CH2 double bond CH2. This is terminal. At any endpoint, if double bond is present, and when this is treated with potassium permanganate, either in acid medium, or in hot, then a hot acid medium, then this bond breaks and this part gives one acid and this part also gives one acid. Okay, so always the product is one, that is methanoic acid, and which further undergo oxidation to form carbon dioxide and water. So actually this when treated, it forms 2 HCOH, which again undergo oxidation to form carbon dioxide and water. So ethene when treated with hot potassium permanganate solution, it forms methanoic acid or formic acid. Similarly, when propene undergo CH3CH double bond CH2, when propene treated with potassium permanganate solution in acid medium or in hot condition, then it forms. So this part is 2 acids. This part is 1 acid and this part also is another acid. So always the simple alkenes are there, then always it gives the straight chain alkenes are there, then it gives 2 moles of carboxylic acids, that is CH3COOH plus HCOOH, that is ethanoic acid and methanoic acid. In this way, 2 acids are generated. So double bond breaks down, this part gives 1 acid and this part gives another acid. But if branched alkenes are there or substituted alkenes are there, then it gives ketones. For example, if this is CH3, that is CH2 present, and when treated with acidic potassium permanganate solution or H plus in hot, then this part gives ketone while this part gives acid. So this part branch chain alkenes, the branch compound gives ketone, and the simple alkenes, that part, the simple part that gives the acid. So in this way, it gives 2-methylpropene when undergo oxidation in presence of potassium permanganate, it gives 1 ketone and another part, that is formic acid. So in this way, it gives different products depend on the nature of double bond, or where the double bonds are present, depending on it gives different products. Next, coming to another oxidation reaction, that is ozonolysis. So alkenes react with ozone to form a corresponding ozonide, which on reductive hydrolysis in presence of zinc, that means reaction with water in presence of zinc, forms carbonyl compounds, that is aldehydes or ketones. So if that is branch chain compound or any alkyl group is present which are attached to this double bonded carbon, then it forms ketone, and if simple alkyl groups are present, then it gives aldehyde. So alkenes reacts with ozone in presence of inert solvents like carbon tetrachloride, carbon disulfide, etc. to form the corresponding ozonide, which on treatment with water in presence of zinc forms carbonyl compounds. Okay, so actually this test is used to identify the position of double bond. So what are the carbonyl compounds? Observing at this capture, what are the carbonyl compounds? We can identify where is the double bond present. Okay, so look here, ozonolysis. So alkene reacts with ozone in presence of carbon tetrachloride, in presence of carbon tetrachloride to form corresponding ozonide, which on reductive hydrolysis in presence of zinc forms carbonyl compounds. Okay, so this reaction is used to identify, or this reaction helps to identify the position of double bond in alkenes. Okay. In alkenes. Look here. Suppose ethene is there, C double bond C, here H. When ethene reacts with, so this is ethene reacts with ozone in presence of carbon tetrachloride. So this bond breaks and one oxygen molecule here oxide and two peroxide, two oxygen atoms. So one peroxide linkage and one oxide linkage there. So in this way it forms an addition product. This is called ozonide. CHHO. Like this peroxide oxygen, this is oxide, this is ethylene oxide, ethylene ozonide, and which undergo hydrolysis, that means reaction with water in presence of zinc. So here bond breaking takes place, here bond breaking, and here bond breaking takes place. So one bond here from here, one bond here, it forms one carbonyl compound, and here one carbonyl compound. So in this way it forms 2HCOH. Look here, HC double bond OH, and here HC double bond OH. And now this water combined with oxygen to form H2O2, that is methanol or formaldehyde. So if we know if a compound on ozonolysis is formaldehyde, then what is that alkene? Then that alkene is ethene. Similarly, when propene undergo ozonolysis, CH double bond CH2, when propene undergo ozonolysis in presence of CCl4, it forms, look here, CH3C, and H is here, O, and here H, this to the CH2 I am writing like this, and this is propylene ozonide, and this on treatment with water in presence of zinc, bond breaking takes place here. So it forms CH3 CHO, a mixture of acetaldehyde, formaldehyde, and H2O2 is there. This is methanol and this is ethanol. It forms mixture of ethanol and methanol. Okay. So when ethene reacts with ozone in presence of CCl4, it forms ethylene ozonide, which on hydrolysis in presence of zinc forms methanol, 2 moles of methanol. Similarly, when propane reacts with ozone, it forms propylene ozonide, and this ozonide on treatment with zinc in presence of water, for water in presence of zinc, it forms 1 mole of methanol and 1 mole of ethanol. So in this way, from this you can identify what is the alkene. Look at some other ozonolysis product, some other compounds, some other examples of ozonolysis. Look here, similarly in the compound is CH3, CH, and here CH3 instead of H here, what I am writing here, double bond CH and CH2 is there. Then what is the name of this compound? So this is 2-methyl but 2-ene. So 2-methyl but 2-ene. When this is treated with ozone, so it forms corresponding ozonide where there is double bond, ozone only adds there. So here it forms CH3, CH3, O, and here O, and here carbon. In this carbon, ozone is there. At this double bond position, only ozone are there. Okay, and all others are similar, remain in the same way. And when this is treated with zinc and water, then what happens? So here, this part is one carbonyl compound, this part is another carbonyl compound. Bond breaking here, and here also a bond breaking takes place. This is one carbonyl compound, this is one carbonyl compound, and this oxygen combines with water to form. You can say this also combines with water to form H2O2. In this way, it forms this part R3. It is CH3, C double bond O, CH3 plus, and this part C double bond O plus. The H is there, the C double bond OH and CH3. So this is ethanol, and this is acetone plus ethanol, also known as acetaldehyde, and the side product is H2O2. Okay. Similarly, if 2,3-dimethyl butene is there, CH3, C double bond C, CH3, this is 2,3-dimethyl butene, 2,3-dimethyl butene is there, or you can say but 2-ene is there, and it reacts with ozone in presence of CCl4. So first it forms CH3. So here carbon, oxygen, and here also same, that is CH3, O like this. And here bond breaking takes place. This part one carbonyl compound, this part another carbonyl compound. So as both sides are same, identical in this way. When it is treated with zinc and water, it forms 2 moles of acetone, C double bond O, CH3, 2 moles of acetone and hydrogen peroxide, the side product. So in this case, these are some reactions of these are some ozonolysis reactions. So if some question arises, if some alkene on ozonolysis gives this carbonyl compound, then identify that alkene. let us solve one problem of this type. Look here, one question. An alkene on ozonolysis gives two functional isomers having formula C3H6O. Identify the alkene. So, the functional formula is C3H6O, and we know in ozonolysis of alkene generally we get the carbonyl compounds. Then using this formula C3H6O, we have to write two carbonyl compound and face the two carbonyl groups and keep the two carbonyl groups facing each other. And from that remove the oxygen atom and just write two double bonds between these two carbon atoms. Join them and write a double bond between these two carbonyl carbon atom. So you can easily identify what is the alkene. Look here. The formula is C3H6O, and these are functional isomers of each other. That means so carbonyl compound and functional isomer of each other. That means one is aldehyde, another is a ketone. So one is aldehyde and another is ketone. So first we have to write the aldehyde with formula C3H6O and ketone with this formula C3H6O. So the aldehyde may be CH3, CH2, C double bond OH in this the right, and the ketone is CH3. So first we write down this carbonyl here O, C and CH3. That is acetone. It has formula C3H6O. It has also formula C3H6O. So keep these aldehyde and ketones at the carbonyl compound facing the carbonyl groups each other. Then from that remove this oxygen and join these two carbons by double bond. So remove this oxygen and join this by two double bond. So CH3, CH2, C, H and double bond C, CH3. Then what is the alkene? Write down this name 1, 2, 3. This position 3, 1, 2. So in this way 2 methyl 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 2 position methyl is there, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pen 2 ene. So the alkene is 2 methyl pen 2 ene. In this way it helps to identify the position of double bond, whether double bond present here or here or here. In this way you can easily identify looking at or observing at what are the carbonyl compounds generated. Okay. Next come to another type of reaction, that is called polymerization reaction. So polymerization reaction. So as the alkenes contains double bond, so generally these undergo generally addition reaction. So alkenes and substituted alkenes form large number of polymers. Polythene, polyvinyl chloride, polyacrylonitrile. So these are different types of polymers, and that are generally formed due to this addition reaction of alkenes. So the reaction, the process by which a large number of molecules of same type or different types are combined to form a large molecule having high molecular mass is known as polymerization, and the large molecule is known as polymer, and the small units which combine to form this polymer are known as monomers. So different alkenes used as monomers and they combine to form a compound of large molecular mass of different polymers. Okay. So the process in which a larger number of same or different molecules of a compound combine to form a larger molecule of higher molecular mass is known as polymerization. So the larger molecule is known as polymer, and the smaller molecules which unite to form this polymer are known as monomers. So there are different alkenes and its substituents generally give different polymers. Look at here. So when ethene CH2, CH2, n number of large number of molecules. This is ethene. When undergo polymerization, so here the bond breaks. Here it is one dot free radical. Here it is one free radical, two free radicals, and this both sides two free radical combine with another ethylene free radicals, di-free radicals. So in this way, on left side it combines with large number of free radicals. In the right side also it combines with large number of this type of free radicals. In this way, it continue to form a large number of molecules. So in this way, it gives it. So this unit is repeating unit CH2, CH2. If you take n number, then in this way, n number of this combine, and this is known as polyethylene. Polyethylene. Similarly, if propene combines CH3CH double bond CH2, this is propene. It undergo polymerization to form. Here also bond breaks. It forms one free radical here, one free radical here, and large number of units combined. So in this way, it gives CH2, single bond CH2, and large number of in this way. And here this methyl group, n number of these combined. This is polypropene. This is polypropene. Ethene undergo polymerization to form polyethylene, and this is the packing material used for packing material. Propane also undergo polymerization to form polypropene. Similarly, some other examples are there. So first note down this. So look here, CH2 double bond CH, Cl. This is known as vinyl chloride. Vinyl chloride, n moles of this when undergo polymerization. The process is different catalyst and different temperature, pressure here we are using, but just you know here what are the monomers and what are the polymers. So when vinyl chloride undergo polymerization, it forms CH2, CH, Cl. This is the repeating unit, and this is known as the polyvinyl chloride. Polyvinyl chloride, also known as PVC. Okay. Similarly, when CH2, CH, Cn. This is vinyl cyanide, also known as acrylonitrile. Acrylonitrile, also known as vinyl cyanide. When n moles of this undergo polymerization, it forms that is polyacrylonitrile Cn. So this is the repeating unit known as polyacrylonitrile, also known as PAN. In short, known as PAN. Polyacrylonitrile PAN, also known as Orlone. So this is used in some cases as fiber or synthetic cotton. It is used for synthetic cotton like this PAN or polyacrylonitrile. Next, so M number. Similarly, tetrafluoroethane CFFF. This is tetrafluoroethane. N moles of this undergo polymerization to form. So here also this double bond breaks and single bond is formed. No hydrogen is there. Although there is no hydrogen, but there is the substituent of ethene. Okay. So in this case, this is a hydrocarbon. So N modes of this. This is known as your polytetrafluoroethene. Polytetrafluoroethene, also known as PTFE or known as Teflon. And this Teflon is used as a coating for non-stick cookware. So it is used for the preparation of non-stick utensils or non-stick utensils or non-stick cookware. So where the coating is made of this Teflon. Okay. So these are some polymers. These are some polymers of alkenes and substituted alkenes. Next, what are the uses of this alkene? So alkene also bonds with oxygen to form carbon dioxide and water, and it gives high amount of it. In this way, with oxygen, it is used for oxyethylene flame, and this is also used for artificial ripening of fruits. It is used for preparation of large number of substituted compounds like ethylene glycol, ethanol, and different compounds for preparation of ethanol, ethylene glycol, polyvinyl chloride, vinyl chloride, and there is vinyl cyanide, vinyl chloride. In the preparation, these alkenes are also used. So these are some uses of alkenes. So with this completes your alkene.